Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Josh from Techtopia TV, back with another video. Finally, I know, I'm sorry, I apologize. Okay, so for this video here, I look back on whenever I was doing a review for the Maxnomic Dominator chair. And I remember there being a lot of videos doing like their first impressions, talking about what they liked about the chair, what they disliked about the chair, but they only had it for like a day or a week, like me. Whenever I talked about it, I had it for maybe two weeks or so whenever I first did my first impressions of this chair. Well, I noticed that there weren't a lot of videos showing, well, hey, I've owned the chair for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months to a year or more. This is how it's still holding up. So I figured I would go ahead and I would do a video because I've owned it for about a year, 1 month, and like 13 days to be exact. And I thought that I would go ahead and do a video to tell you guys how it's holding up in case you were wondering and in case you were debating on whether or not that you wanted to throw $400 or $500 down on a chair. Now, keep in mind, I am just a small fry. 312 subscribers, whatever it was today, less than 200,000 views on my channel. They are absolutely in no way am I being paid by Need for Seat for doing this video. Okay, I mean, to think that I would be getting paid to do this video is pretty stupid. This is my opinions. I paid 100% of this chair a year, 1 month, and 13 days ago. So now I'm going to do my 1 year follow-up. And I'll tell you, it's still a pretty nice chair. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to talk about are the pros. The pros are that it still looks brand new. It literally looks like the day that I pulled it out of the box a year, 1 month, and 13 days ago. I'm quite impressed by that. I mean, it still feels the exact same way. It still feels as solid as it did before. The imitation leather that it's made out of, the stitching, the padding in the cushions, the pillow, everything about it is still top notch, just like the day that I pulled it out of the box. I could literally box this thing back up and send it to somebody in pieces and they would think it was brand new. You know, save for a couple markings on like the casters and everything else, you know, just from me putting my feet up on it or whatever. You know, there's a couple little minor things here and there where I've rubbed it up against the bottom of the desk or something like that. But the bulk of the chair still looks brand new. The other pro that I would say is that it has gotten a little bit more comfortable, I guess. I've kind of gotten used to it. I'm kind of leaning towards a con as well, so I'm trying to be careful here. But I have gotten used to it. I still enjoy being able to recline back in it. I still enjoy being able to do everything that I do in it with no problem. I can sit for long periods of time. If I'm not, you know, editing a video, I am recording a video. If I'm not recording a video, I am doing voiceover work for a video or writing a script for a video. If I'm not doing those things, I'm playing games. And I sit for probably 9:30 at night till about 4 o'clock in the morning on certain days, like Fridays and Saturday nights. I'll sit up all night long playing video games and I don't have any issues. Now we will go ahead, I mean, and that's really it. I mean, it's a good chair. I like the chair. It's not as comfortable as my chair at work, but my chair at work is an actual genuine leather chair and it was like $1,700, whereas this was like 450 bucks. So my work chair is definitely more comfortable than this. This I kind of, you know, okay, let's just get into the cons. The cons is that the padding is still extremely firm. I'm 165, 167, somewhere around there. I got a bony ass, don't have very much natural cushion back there. and it does get a little sore after a while, especially like right around my tailbone area. It does tend to get a little like feeling almost like it's bruised. If I sit for a really long period of time, I kind of gotta like move around and get a little more comfy and situated again, which isn't a huge deal because it gets me up and it forces me to move around. But when I first come back and sit back down, it's not like it immediately starts hurting again. So don't think that. Don't think you're sitting on like concrete or something, because it's not that bad. If I was a little heavier, it probably wouldn't be so bad. But I'm skinny, I'm bony, and it is a little firm. The armrests, still firm as they were the day that they came out. They do tend to start hurting my elbow, which is a pretty common problem I have, which I just alleviated pretty much by moving my monitors around to where the base isn't sitting directly in the center of my desk, so I can get up and have, like, you know, my hands up on the desk and move the mouse around that way. So that way I'm not really using the armrests. The ability to recline and everything else, good. I don't have everything is working perfectly fine. Another con though is breathability, which with imitation leather is to be expected. It's not a mesh-backed chair. It's not any kind of netting. It's not cloth, so it isn't going to breathe as well. And I will tell you that long sessions of gaming in a hot room, the door is shut, you will get swamp ass. There's really no other way to describe it. And you know what I'm talking about when I say that. It definitely gets toasty. It definitely does not breathe that well, especially in the lower region. So that is another negative I have about it. The last negative that I really have about it is the casters. The casters make this weird noise now if I move around and try to adjust myself. It's like the little pins that hold it in place, like when you pop them in, and like kind of like the retention washers or whatever you want to call them, the clips in there. It's like they're binding up. So if I move back and forth and kind of adjust myself and everything else, it tends to pop. It makes a really loud metallic popping noise. And you know, I don't really know why it just started doing that. It was like maybe 5 months into owning the chair, it just started doing it. I adjusted myself while I was playing a game or working on a video, and it just made this pop noise. I'm like, what the hell was that? So I started moving around, pop, 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 pop. Now I can pretty much do it. If you asked me to do it, I would be able to do it, and bam, it's done. So I don't understand why it's doing that, but I'll put up a video explaining exactly what I mean. Well, I'll just show it now. Okay, so you can see what I'm talking about. It just sits there and pop, 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 pop. And I don't think the sound clip did it justice on how loud it is. I mean, it's like it's a tone that echoes. Like, you can hear it throughout the house. If you're on the other side of the house, the door to the office is open, and I rock back and forth and make that noise, you can hear it all the way across the house. I don't understand it, but my plan is to get new casters, because I want to get some of the rollerblade, like inline skate type casters, because I have this vinyl wood fake wood flooring, and these casters or whatever will definitely cause damage to this flooring. Like, I can already see some lighter colored areas where it's, you know, kind of, you know, messing up the finish of this vinyl flooring. So the rollerblades wheels are softer, and they're better to prevent that plus they're a little bit quieter while rolling around. So I got to order some of those though, and I'll probably do a review on those once I get those. So maybe like in a couple weeks, I'll probably order those. But that's really it for this video. I know that weren't a whole lot of videos explaining how they felt about the chair after a long period of ownership. So I was thinking about it because I just saw the notification that I had owned this thing for a year, and I was like, holy crap, I should do a follow-up video of 1 year of ownership and how I still feel about it. Because I gotten a few comments asking me if, you know, like at the 6-month mark or 7th, 8th month mark, and they were like, hey, do you still feel the same way about the chair as you did? Because I'm really worried that the cushions or whatever are too firm, because that's one of the complaints that a lot of people have about the chair. And yes, that complaint is still there. It is really firm. Whether that's necessarily a pro or a con, it's a con for me just because I'm skinnier. And it does hurt over time. But if it was super soft, it doesn't give you support. If it was super soft, it would break down really fast. Whereas this didn't break down. Like I said, it still looks new. Still looks new. I mean, save for maybe some dust or something else or whatever, and a couple scrapes on the armrests, and maybe some few blemishes on the pillow, it still looks brand new. So if you're thinking about getting this chair, you got a little extra meat in the glutes, and you have your own natural cushion, and you were thinking about getting this chair, I would definitely recommend it still. After a year and a month of owning it, I would still recommend this chair. It was still worth the money. I'm still happy that I bought it. I still enjoy sitting in it. I still enjoy looking at it. It's a really nice looking chair. It doesn't look too, you know, gamery. It doesn't look too racy and everything else or whatever. It's not loud, which is what I wanted. I didn't want one that was really loud colors. I wanted something that was very neutral, very office oriented, but was better than a $100 chair at Staples. So that's what I got. So if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any other questions about the chair that I could definitely answer now after owning it and using it for every day for a little over a year. So if you have any questions, you have any concerns, put it down there below. I'm not huge into the YouTube scene. I don't have millions of people commenting on my videos, so I answer every single comment or question that is below. Please leave a comment. Please leave a question if you have one, and I'll answer it as soon as I possibly can. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.